Welcome to the Growth Gyms podcast, where we believe that growth is a journey, not a destination. This podcast is designed to empower you with the necessary tools to unlock your full potential and develop yourself, both personally and professionally. We provide insightful conversations and share inspiring stories that will help you grow emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. Our goal is to create a community of like-minded individuals who are on a journey of self-improvement and help you live a more fulfilling life. We aim to equip you with resources, strategies, and growth gems that you can apply in your daily life to achieve your goals and reach your full potential. So, get ready to embark on a journey of transformation and join us in discovering the power of growth.
Hello, everybody. This is your host, Chris Briggs. Thank you so much for joining us on today on the Growth Gym podcast, where we know growth is a journey and not a destination. Thank you so much for being present with us. I would like for you to like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Thank you to all our listeners across the world who have been supportive to this podcast. Thank you so much to everyone. Today, we got a great episode, you all. And today, I'm here to challenge your mindset and even to challenge your perspective on how you view certain things when it comes to life. And these two words are very present in our lives as we are on this growth journey. We want to look at today opposition versus opportunity. All right. So that's what we're going to look at today. One of the things I want to share with us, have you ever been in a place where you know you're on the right road and you're on the right direction, but then here comes some resistance? Well, the thing is today is that the very thing that you feel like is in your way is actually making a way for you to grow. All right. So y'all know how we do it. I need you to get your pen, paper, notes, your phone, computer, whatever you use to write down these growth gems. I need you to do that. Share this with your family, friends, those who need to join us on this growth journey, because we're going to take a journey today that I think is going to be very helpful in our growth and us being better people and us being better individuals. All right. So that's what I need you to do today. I need you to share this with somebody so they could grow with us as we grow together. All right. So here goes the first growth gem as we look at this opposition and opportunity. Here go the first thing. Resistance doesn't mean that you're off track. Because you have resistance doesn't mean that you're off track. Let's break something down real quick. Opposition and opportunity are not opposites. In fact, they often work together. They are hand in glove. They work together. You can't have one without the other. And I believe we try to live life. We love the opportunity, but we don't want the opposition that comes with it. And we are trained to think that if something is hard for us, it's a stop sign. But not only is not a stop sign, it's not a sign of resistance. Sometimes the opposition that comes is not a sign of failure. It's also to show us that we ought to move forward in motion. So don't look at it. It's all about how you look at it, because opportunity and opposition often walks through the same door. Opposition don't walk through the back door, and opportunity don't walk through the front door. Sometimes they walk through the same door. You'll feel pressure. You'll be faced with pressure, but pressure is proof that you are in movement of movement in the right direction. Because the greater the assignment, the greater your opposition. Did y'all catch that? The greater your assignment, the greater your opposition. Many people want a substitute. They want they want the reward, but they don't want the ridicule. They don't want the trouble. They don't want the pain. They don't want the frustration that comes with it. But Henry Ford says that opposition are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Where's your focus? Where's your focus in this season in your life? because I want us to make sure that we always keep our focus on not where we are, but where we're trying to go. So you always have to make sure you're focused and you're together, because you're trying to make sure that you're reaching the place that you are intended to go. All right. So resistance doesn't mean that you are doing the wrong thing. Doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. Know that it's a sign that you are doing the right thing. And that's a paradoxical there, that how I know I'm doing the right thing is the fact of that I know because I'm having trouble, I'm having heartache, I'm having pain, I'm having some type of friction. Notice that pearls cannot be produced without any friction in the oyster. And so you got to have friction. We want the beauty, but we don't want the friction that comes with it in its creation and process, and in the production of what is beautiful. All right. So let's look at also that don't confuse difficulty with denial. Here's the game changer. Every challenge isn't there to stop you. Some are there to shape you. That delay, that closed door, that detour could be positioning you for something greater than you imagine. And I want to say that you look at it as a stop sign, but it's shaping you because it's ready for you. But if we be honest and truthful, are you ready for the open door? Is your character ready? Is your integrity ready? Are you ready for the open door? The door is open and ready for you, but are you ready for it? And if we be honest, are we really ready for where life wants to take us? And we look at it as it's a stop sign. We get discouraged because of what we see, but it's shaping you to be all that you can be. Because there are some things in your life that you're still working on. There's some things in your life that you're still trying to become. There's some things in your life that you're wanting to do and you can't do because of where you are mentally, where you are emotionally, where you are spiritually, where you are financially. So you got to check all aspects of your life to make sure that you are in line with where you're trying to go and what the door is open, the door that's open, that you make sure that you are doing the right thing to keep the door open. Because many people I've discovered are walking through doors, but their character is not allowing them to stay in the door. And I don't want you to get discouraged because you hadn't reached the door. You may be in the hallway of your life. You're in between where you are and where you're trying to go. And you're trying to define, how do I get there? You must discover how you get there is to not become discouraged, but to define how do I get to this next season? How do I get there? Because your opposition is to understand what T.D. Jakes says, that your opposition is a complement to your assignment. So I understand that if you're going to go through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill said, keep going through it, because it's shaping you. It's molding you. It's making you all that you could be. For where there's real growth happening, it's not in ease, but in effort. This is where real growth happens. Real growth don't take place in the ease. And we want to live an easy life. We want everything to be easy. We want everything to be tangible. We want everything to be, a bed of roses. But it's in the effort, in the press, and in all your giving that you do. It's when you really grow. Growth is not in the sustaining, but growth is really in the stretching. If I never stretch myself beyond my capacity or stretch myself beyond my capability, I will never be all that I could be. But I got to stretch myself. I got to pull myself beyond the comfortability. You got to stretch yourself. It's not through ease, but it's through your efforts. And that's what I want to challenge you, that don't look at the opposition as something bad, but as an opportunity to reveal who you are, where you are and why you are what you are and how can I be who I want to be. It's going to help you discover areas in your life that you thought that you never could tap into. You'll never know who you are until you discover why am I going. You'll never know who you are until you have an opposition to come up against you. All right, but then here goes the growth gems I want to give you for turning opposition into opportunity. Here we go. There's three. There's three I want to give you to flip the resistance into revelation, to get a clear understanding, to take the resistance and use it as a mechanism to maneuver the life troubles and trials that you are going through, to use it that you become better, wiser, and greater. Here you go. First one. You got to shift your perspective. Ask yourself these words. Ask yourself this. What is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to teach me? You got to shift your perspective. You got to, how I view something is how I handle it. How I view it is also how I appreciate it. How I view it is how I handle it, and how I view it is how I appreciate it. Because sometimes, friends, on this growth journey, growth often shows up dressed as a problem. It's dressed up so good. Growth shows up dressed up as a problem. And Napoleon Hill says that every adversity carries with it a seed of an equal or greater benefit. You got to see that growth is setting up, the growth that you're having in your life is cultivated through you. I hope y'all listening, that is cultivated through you understanding the true principle of your perspective. Through the principle of perspective is how you view it, how you see it. How do I see this? Do I see this as an opportunity, or do I see it as a opposition? So it's all based on how you view what it is. And I think that's very important in our growth, that we have to make sure that we check our perspective. We must always view the problem not as, and I want to say this, that problems are the prelude to promises. So how I know, and sometimes we misread the problem as punishment, but it's meant for progress to push you further. You can't misread your problem as a punishment to you. No, it's not punishment. It's to help you and assist you to and push you to where you're trying to go and who you're trying to become. So don't misread it. Like and me misreading it is because of my interpretation, and my interpretation extends to my perspective. Did y'all get that? Me misreading the problem is because of my interpretation, and my interpretation comes from me because of my perspective, because of my insight, what I see. So I have to change how I see it, and how I see it will correct my interpretation. And so in my interpretation, it won't cause me to misread it. And so I won't look at the problem as a punishment, but I look at it as a part of the process to push me to where I'm trying to go. But then here goes the next one. Don't seek ease, seek alignment. Everything aligned with your purpose won't feel easy, but alignment always leads to fulfillment. You gotta seek not ease, but alignment, which suggests I want us to make sure that we align our lives with where we're trying to go. You gotta put your perspective in place And now you got to align your life to where you got to put things in its proper place. You got to alignment. It's just like a vehicle. You're driving the vehicle and it's all over the road because of the fact something is out of alignment. So you have to go and get that vehicle aligned, adjusted. So what happens is, what profit you to get your perspective adjusted, but you don't align your purpose with your perspective. So you got to put things in its proper alignment. So you can quit going all over the place. And what happens is we find ourselves, especially on this growth journey and growing, we find ourselves never reaching where we are trying to go and where life has for us, because we are so engaged with too much. We're so involved and we're doing too much. And so you got to realign yourself. And I want to say this. What helps us to realign ourselves is always staying in touch with the why. And with the why, we understand what we do. Did y'all catch that? To put myself back in alignment, I need to be in touch with the why. Why am I doing this? Why? And then once I put myself back in touch with the why, then what happens? Then I will always be in touch with the what I do. Then the why will help align my what. All right? So the why is there to align your what, so you can make sure you're always in alignment. All right? So here goes the last one, y'all. Here go the last growth gem. Let pressure build your purpose. Ooh. You got to let pressure build your purpose. Diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are formed in pressure, heat, and in a process. A diamond just don't become a diamond. It starts as a cold, and because of the heat and the pressure, then it becomes a diamond. Just like a butterfly. Butterfly just don't come out to be a butterfly. It starts as a caterpillar, and then it goes through the process of the cocoon. And as it goes through the cocoon, there is some beating and development that takes place. And then the butterfly comes out of the cocoon with beautiful wings of beautiful colors. Gold is not just gold. It has to go through a process of heat, and the goldsmith has to put the heat. He has to put the gold in the fire to pull the impurities out of it, and to make sure that it looks right, to make sure that it has what it needs to be long lasting, and to make sure it can withstand any type of trial, that it can withstand any type of heartache, and it can withstand the beating and the breaking. It can withstand. And so that's how our lives ought to be, that we understand that pressure makes us who we are. That if I've never gone through the pressure in my life, if I have never gone through the tests and trials in your life, if you have never gone through the stuff you have gone through, you wouldn't be who you are today. You wouldn't be the person that you are today. You would have never conquered those things you felt like you couldn't conquer. You would never be the individual that you are today. But you discover and understand that the reason you are who you are is because you've gone through some pressure. And sometimes, yes, it's heavy. Yes, sometimes it becomes overbearing. Sometimes it becomes, it becomes, y'all. It becomes just too much. And you feel like you're going to break under the pressure. But you are a living testimony that the pressure didn't break you. It made you. And that's why you can celebrate and understand that opposition is nothing but an opportunity. The Chinese, they don't have alphabets like we do. letters in that, how we have alphabets, they use symbols and characters. So for their symbols and characters for a crisis in their life is danger and opportunity. So what happens is when they see a crisis, they see danger, but then they also see the possibility of an opportunity. And that's what I want to challenge you. How you see your perspective, you're seeing that yes, there is a crisis. Yes, there may be danger, but there's a possibility of an opportunity for you to become better, for you to grow, for you to continue to be all that you were created to be. It's pressure. Pressure is a privilege. It only comes to those who have potential. That's what Billie Jean King said. What feels like resistance may be the proving ground for what you prayed for. But then, here go. The last point I want to look at is to the one facing pushback. And when I say pushback, you're hitting walls. You feel delayed. You're getting overlooked, underappreciated, and you feel like your back is against the wall. The question isn't, is it this hard? The question is this worth it? Because the pushback may be just the push you need. Did you hear that? The pushback may just be the push you need to push you where you're trying to go. And strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things that you thought that you couldn't do. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. So today, here goes your final growth gem. Opposition doesn't counsel the opportunity. It often confirms you're getting close to it. Don't retreat. Don't reframe. Don't backtrack. Don't backpedal. Don't hit the rewind button, but continue to go forward in your life. Continue to move forward. Continue to go forward, because this is the truth. The obstacle may just be an opening for you. You have now found an opening into your purpose. Now you have found a door to be open for you. And can I say this? Can I say this to us? Don't wait for people to open the door for you. You create your own doors to walk through. You take what life has given you. You take what life has done for you, and the burdens and the beatings and the pressure and the heaviness and the hecticness of whatever you have been through. This is what I want to challenge you. I'm challenging you to take what life has given you and open your own doors. Quit waiting for men and women to mention your name. Quit waiting for people to give you, a opening door. You open your own door by using the opposition that you have gone through. Use it as an opportunity to open the door, to walk through it and be who you were created to be. Hey, y'all, this has been the Growth Gym Podcast. And if this podcast has hit home for you, do me a favor. Share it with someone who's facing some opposition right now. Let's remind each other that resistance doesn't mean stop. Sometimes it means to keep going. And I know you want to quit. I know you want to throw in the towel. But hey, keep going. Hey, I would love to hear from you. You can email me at growthgemspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's growthgemspodcast@gmail.com. You can inbox us, DM on Instagram, Facebook, and X, which is former Twitter. All right, I'm signing off. This has been your host, Chris Briggs. Always remember that you were made for more. Keep digging, keep growing, and keep showing up, because there is opportunity in your opposition. Remember, growth is a journey and not a destination. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you until next time. Thank you.
Welcome to the Growth Gems Podcast. I'm so grateful to have you here with us today. I truly hope that you've enjoyed and learned something valuable from today's episode. Our goal is to provide you with the insights and inspiration you need to supercharge your growth journey. whether it's in your personal or professional life. As you know, growth is a never-ending adventure. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, triumphs and challenges. But it's those very challenges that help us grow and become better versions of ourselves. So, no matter where you are in your growth journey, keep pushing forward, keep learning, and keep growing. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future episodes. We have some amazing topics lined up that I know you won't want to miss. Also, follow us on social media. Facebook, Chris Briggs. Twitter at CABriggsSR. Instagram at CABriggsSR. Thank you for tuning in today, and I can't wait to see you again on our next episode of the Growth Gems Podcast.